6.9 billion naira, procurement fraud against the former CBN governor has been arraigned for. Yeah, I said 6.9 billion naira procurement fraud. And of course, the federal government has arraigned Emefiele and, some of his allies. And of course, they will be in court tomorrow. All right. To let us know what's up as regards that. Now, also as regards fuel marketers or as regards fuel in this country, the marketers, are kicking seriously because federal government is rolling out price hike. For marketers, they might want, an increase in the pump price. But then the federal government is telling Nigerians or ruling that there's never going to be anything called hike in price. But is that doable? Should we believe that? Even Tinubu himself is coming out to say the petrol price won't go up. Subsidy removal stays. Well, we'll touch on that, right? So we can, help you understand what is actually going on. Tinubu went for that to also say that he will maintain petrol price without subsidy removal. Well, we'll see how all of that plays out. Okay, just giving you information as regards what you should expect on the show this afternoon. And then as regards the Niger crisis, West African military chiefs will discuss how everything will play out very, very soon. We'll discuss Niger crisis and how to end it or next step to take as regards this Niger thing. But then we do pray and hope it goes well because Nigeria will be affected, the world at large. Africa will be affected. So we just pray. And then on the other side of the coin, and a former APC vice chair, his name is Lukman, he's saying that he doesn't even see why El-Rufai won't be cleared, to be the minister. And it's, for some persons, is a kind of laughable for this man to say he doesn't see any reason why, El-Rufai won't be cleared as the minister. Don't forget, El-Rufai had earlier nominated another man, to come, to stand for him. Let me put it that way: to stand for him, to become the minister instead of him. For Nigerians, I feel it's such a disgrace, that a former governor is passing through all of these almost immediately. People are raising the issue of security in his state while he was a governor. Okay, and then we talk about the 2024 budget also, and what an NGO is also, probably saying. A whole lot to discuss this afternoon. But then we will start one after the other. We'll touch it beat by beat for you to understand. My analyst is ready, available to help us understand all of these that is playing out. So, shall we begin? Let's roll! Let's start from here, Mr. Yinka Ibiduni.
Yes.
An information is coming right now, and the information to some might not just be a good one. I will start from these beautiful information. Or did I say beautiful information? But it's as regards the Labour Party. They are in the news today saying what is going on this time. Just at the time we thought all is well, like everything is okay with the party, the Labour Party. Here comes another big blow. Apapa's faction is inaugurating a new Labour Party ESCO in Lagos. Sire, how would you describe this move by Apapa's faction? Let's go there.
Well, you see, the Labour Party was never properly formed. From the beginning, it was rumored that a mole was sent to Peter Obi to come into Labour Party and so on and so forth. And then we have all been seeing the toss up and down. with their papa, whatever, and things and things and things. And now, if they've come up with another factions, that's their own business. Now, what I think is that the Labour Party or any party that is going to be of that ideology, which means looking after the people, caring for the socio-economic welfare of the people above all things and so on, should not necessarily be a stooge of the labor union. And when you want to form a party, a political party that is trying to contest for an election, you must not be rigid. You must do your mobilization, which Peter Obi did, which was very successful. At the same time, you must have the ability to spot moles and insincere people in your midst. You don't just let anybody just say, I want to be a governorship candidate, I want to be a chairman, you must have, that's why Jagaban won so far through Jagabanism, because he knows all the necessary things to be done to win in a Nigerian situation, in a Nigerian context. Jagaban is well versed and he was prepared for it. And he went all out, legal or illegal. He went for everything that Nigeria can tolerate from him and give him the presidency. Now, Peter Obi was very clinical, methodical in terms of mobilization, but in terms of making sure that the supporting group, governors, party people, senators, members of House of Rep, are in place in quality and number throughout the country. I know people who call themselves governorship candidate, which were not registered by the party officials on time. And it was deliberate. Because some other person, because I don't want to be accusing people, since I am a blind man sitting in a house in Abeokuta, I have not done any research or anything like that. I'm just using my intelligence.
Okay.
So there are some people who were planted within the Labour Party that were not doing what they are supposed to be doing.
Some persons planted within the Labour Party, right?
Yes. Either they are planted or they were there for themselves in some reward.
Okay.
Because I know the person who benefits from it. If you can prove to him that you actually did work and you got results, he will recompense you. That's the nature of the beneficiary. I know him to that level. Now, so the Labour Party, just to say this Apapa person. Me, people are the people that have caused Nigeria to be where they are now. And they are in every party. They are in PDP, they are in APC, but the Jagaban is the master of all these passes and technical details on the field. He knows how to handle the game.
Now, let's hear what Apapa said. Apapa, explained that he was not begging to become the national chairman of the Labour Party, but destiny, nature, and right had made him the acting national chairman morally and legally. He said, an appeal court, they still want to continue, but whether they like it or not, the truth shall prevail. Now, on the forthcoming off-cycle governorship, Apapa assured the party faithful that INEC would soon accept the list of the Labour Party candidate produced through the primaries conducted by the faction. Now, this is what I want to bring out of it. The faction disowned, Apapa's own faction now, disowned Mrs. Dayo Ekong led executive committee, which led to which led the party into the 2023 general elections constituted by Mr. Julius Abore. Now, why would he do such a thing? For instance, this is a woman who led the party to, some persons will call it victory for the party, at least. Having a person like Peter Obi, having him pulled what he pulled during the election, some says it's victory. In fact, some says he won the election. Now, what if he is for the party? Apapa right now, if he is really for the party, why will he make such a move at this point in time to break the party?
You see, let me say from the onset, I am neither a Labour Party man or APC man or even PDP. PDP, everything be open. That's where I stand. And that's why I am on the side of Peter Obi, because he did the campaign, he did the mobilization in an open manner. And the whole country, as far as I am concerned, went for him. He shook Jagaban and made Jagaban to take certain steps, which he knew the Nigerians are open to, the Nigerians that are supposed to be officiating. Like if you want to smuggle petrol to Benin, you must know how to handle the custom. So that's what I mean. Okay. And a method which I don't appreciate. I have no proof to prove it, but from the reading of what happened and from what I was hearing and listening to, that was what happened. That's up to the judges to pronounce upon their finding what the different parties that were at the tribunal presented before them. They will soon come out. Everybody has closed their case. The judges are summing up. So we just wait for them. But Apapa, to me, if he knows he's a genuine leader and he's supposed to be the leader, let him relax. People will find him.
Let him relax. People will find him.
Yes.
Okay, let's rest this Apapa issue a little, and also I want to bring you up on what a former minister, his name is Chidoka, what he said. In fact, Osita Chidoka said that a presidential candidate must secure over 50% of votes cast in an election to be declared the winner in any election in the country. 50%. 50%. So it means like half of the entire vote, he's supposed to get half of the entire vote to be declared the winner. He suggested that the constitution be amended to ensure there is a runoff if any election where, the presidential candidate does
not say who is going to be influenced and who is not going to be influenced. But you, as an individual, you can say you are happy with the judgment or you are not happy. If you are not happy and there is a higher court to appeal to, you appeal to that higher court. If you are at the highest court and the highest court made a judgment and you are not happy with it, you swallow your saliva and go and get ready for the next round. That's the way I see it. Okay. Nigeria needs a lot of reform, and we all must contribute to that reform. Whether it is painful or not painful, Let everyone hold on to their guns, be better prepared to ensure that your vision of Nigeria comes out. That's my own view.
Okay. Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I'm also aware that I don't know, you should be, I don't know if you recall what you said when you came to the studio the last time. But okay, no, wait, let me put that aside and get to this. Let's touch on this administration also. You know, there is hunger in the land. There is no money. There is no food. You know, fuel is expensive. Food itself is expensive. Transportation has gone up high and everything. And I want to ask you: are you okay with the decisions of this current administration in Nigeria?
Concerning the fuel subsidy, the unification of the exchange rates, I am perfectly happy with it. Yes, it engenders hunger. People are not able to go to work because of transportation costs. The people are not able to put food on the table as usual, and so on. But when you have a situation like we are in Nigeria, realistically, we are in trouble. And we were in trouble before the election. The immediate past government, or let me say administration, was leading us on and hoping to get out of that place before things went south. Now, some bold people contested for presidency, and one way or the other, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was declared the winner. And I was impressed by him when he took on the mantle and removed that subsidy and the unification of the exchange rate. Now, that has resulted in super inflation and so on and so on. But I said that jolted us into reality. What we need to do now is to start amending ourselves. Like in Lagos, people sleep under the bridge, they rent corridors to sleep overnight, and very early in the morning get out to go back to the street. Why should you be doing that when you leave your village where you can plant food, you can plant ewedu, you can plant yam, you can plant cassava, harvest it, but because you want the good life of Lagos, so-called, you left your village and you are hanging about and so on. And you instead of going to do some work which you think is too humble for you to do, you go and work for a bank agency and you sleep in the toilet of the bank only in the morning to put on the tie and be showing that you are a banker. And you are not paid, you are even paid like a casual worker. And you are struggling and you say, I work in the bank. Look, all those fake lives should be stopped. Where people declare they do parties and they just spend money and they spray. All those things should be stopped. It is by facing reality that brings those things down. People want to go to the next street, they carry their car. They don't use public transport, they don't walk. Now there is less traffic in Lagos because people are compelled to make better and economic use of the petrol that they manage to get. Now, the government has its own role, which they have not performed. They need to cut down the cost of governance.
Okay.
All this getting convoy, getting bulletproof cars, and so on, they should stop it. Collecting money for constituency allowance, salaries. Do you know that each senator has to employ about 21 staff, including 2 level 8 officers? And most of them don't. They just pocket the money. That's why they say, oh, each senator takes home about 23 million every quarter or something like that. They are not supposed to. If they had, look, when I was in government, and that's the same money they are still collecting, because the revenue commission or whatever that determines the salary of public workers has not done any further review since I was in government. And the last one they tried to do, which they say is 110%, they have not implemented it. The president has not approved it yet. What me, as a special advisor, collects every month is 400,000. And that's what they are supposed to be collecting up till now. What a governor, as salary, is supposed to be collecting is 550,000. And that's what they are supposed to be collecting up till now.
Supposed to be.
So, yes, but there are a lot of allowances. For example, the governor collects security vote. Nobody knows the level of that security vote.
Billions of naira, of course.
That's what I'm saying. The senators, I've told you the way they do their 23 million quota. They are supposed to be paying staff, 21 staff. They don't even, some of them don't even employ gardeners. I'm telling you. And they are supposed to be employing 21 staff, including 2 level 8 staff. Now, when the money was monetized by President Obasanjo, they are not supposed to be building quarters for them, the Senate, the legislators. But they were living in quarters. Even in Ogun State, they have legislative quarters in Ogun State. After they've collected, they've monetized their living, their housing. They monetize their housing, they monetize the furniture. Those are you see, we as public educators, the broadcast union, the broadcasters like yourself, the newspaper and so on. This is what we should be concentrating on, educating the public as to what these senators and public officers, advisors and so on, what they are supposed to be doing. But we don't. We just complain, they are enjoying money. They've sent a token to their account and prayer.
No. It's not token. It's called prayers to their.
Prayer is a request. You see, the prayer, when we use prayer in government, is you are making a request for something. So what I guess happened was that the members of the assembly were asking that they should pay them something, some of their allowances before holiday and so on and so forth. And the Senate president was trying to say that request has been accepted. But he was saying it in a clumsy way.
Yeah. So he now said the prayers has been sent to their mail. I wonder, you send prayers to God, not to.
No. In government, anything you want to request from your superior is a prayer.
It's a prayer. I understand.
That's what we. So he's the one that said it in a funny way. And then the journalist now made the comedy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but me, I didn't like it because in this sort of situation, I think we should be clinical in explaining the details of how government works and be determined to make sure the government officials are doing what they are supposed to do. Like, okay, it's 47 or is it 45 that's approved at the moment, ministers. Let's wait for him to allocate portfolio, and let's make sure that everybody that's allocated a portfolio is doing what they are supposed to do. And when they say they do a budget, we must scrutinize that budget and make sure that that budget is done the way it's supposed to do. Most of the time, when they give contract, they inflate it for the kickback that they are going to get from the contractor. That's what we should be exposing to the public. A road, Nigerian roads are the most expensive in the world because they've been inflated several times. You know, I'll tell you, when I was a student and we were complaining, just like everybody is complaining now about Nigeria, we said, three people wanted to beat an Indian man, a Nigerian, and an American. The American came and said, oh, look, all this technology that we're going to use, we're going to move staff and so on. So this is how much it's going to cost. The Indian man came and said, oh, this is what, he just said, this is what we need. We need shaft sand, we need this, we need that. Just said the exact cost and said, and I will take my workmanship 10%. When the Nigerian man came, said, look. All that the American has said and all that the Indian man has said is correct. So sum up the money that the American man is claiming, sum up and the money for the material that the Indian man has said, and give the contract to me. I will give you the contract for the Indians to execute, and I will give you that is going to issue the tender, approve the tender, I will give you so much. That is the method we use in Nigeria. They overinflate, give it to the cheapest person to execute, and bribe the people who is issuing the contract and take their own sum. That's why you have so many uncompleted things. This is what the journalists ought to be exposing to the public. They want to do rail. We don't know how that much was contracted, who is getting what, and what they are spending on each level of the rail. The Chinese don't care. They will sign the contract and do the job and leave the rest of you to do whatever you want to do with the accumulated money, so far as they've collected their money. They will even borrow you the money that they know is not supposed to be so. They will borrow you so far as it's going to get interest and they are going to get it paid. And they will put a clause there. If you cannot pay, they take over. They've almost taken over Kenya. And in Nigeria, we are going the same way. And I think that's what Bola Tinubu wants to stop.
All right. Okay, wait, let me stop you here. Let's go back to the issue of judgment. All right. Judgment Day is close, very, very close. Right. And some persons have said, hey, I think the power is going to get to, let me say, they say Peter Obi will get back his mandate. All right. And some have also said, hey, I don't think it's going to be Peter Obi. I think it's going to be Atiku Abubakar because he came second. You can't bring someone from, behind who came third and you bring the person to number one, to become the first person You know, that is some person's opinion. And some have come out to say, hey, I think it's going to be a rerun. The rerun will just settle the whole thing. And even, within the rerun, some persons are saying, hey, it shouldn't be this INEC boss that should coordinate this thing. We should get someone on board who will do a clean job for Nigerians, not just for one particular person. And some have come out to say, hey, Tinubu is there already. We should just accept him as the president and get to move on. Where are we, sir? Now that Judgment Day is very, very close. The question is, everyone is saying, okay, some persons, no, let me not say everyone. Peter Obi everywhere and there. Now, aside Peter Obi, if the judgment doesn't favor, say, 70 to 80% of Nigerians, if they are not okay with this judgment, what do you think will happen?
Winning, actual winning, legally, outside of what INEC has submitted, and declare results. Nobody else is legally permitted. Also, from what we are hearing, there were no authentic record of actual votes on the day.
Okay.
The only authentic records of actual votes on the day should have come through Beavers, real life transmission of results to IREF on the day of election. And the people that contrived the results we are looking at now made sure that there was no transmission of that real life result to IREF. And also, the paper that Mahmoud Yakub resulted to, which they claim Constitution allows them to resort to manual records, were all full of tipex, cancellations, and the people who man the polling stations were not allowed to give any testimony. It was only what INEC returning officers brought down to Abuja from their various states that was accepted by INEC. And that's what they presented in court. So the court has no basis to declare Obi as president, even though we may feel that Obi got a lot of results. But those results were messed up. We also knew that people were not allowed to vote. People were turned back. People like Oluomo and the King of Lagos were discouraging a certain ethnic group from voting. We knew all that. I don't think that stood in court because there is no enough evidence to show that those things have effect. You can, if you threaten somebody and the person does not come out of his house, you can't go and prove that the person will have come out of his house to come and vote the way you want him to vote.
But I also want to remind you that Obi actually presented about 17,000 or 18,000 blurred results, a few weeks ago, presented it to the court.
That was him. Did anybody collaborate that? Did Atiku collaborate it? Did INEC collaborated?
No, it was taken as exhibit.
Anybody can bring exhibit. That exhibit must be accepted by everybody. When you want to prove a case in court, you prove it to the extent that the person that is disputing will have no answer. That's how you present evidence. It's not enough for you to present evidence. If you are presenting evidence against me, I must see that that evidence you presented, I have no answer for it. Or even if I refuse to see it, the judges must see that I could not refute the evidence that you presented. You understand what I mean? It's not enough for you to present your evidence. The other people must be caught hands down. Even if not in their own eyes, it must be in the eyes of the judges and in the eyes of everybody that is observing the case. Anyway, so in my own, to answer your question, I've said it earlier on, it is very difficult to prove anything in terms of real result other than what INEC has proved. Yes, there is dispute. Everybody is disputing. I won, you won. These are my votes. These are votes that should have been counted for me. Those are arguments. But those arguments, as I've just explained just now, does not count unless the person you are accusing cannot give a reasonable answer to your arguments.
So what about the 25% in Abuja? What about the beavers? You know, the information gotten from the beavers.
Those are ahead. I'm going there.
Okay.
The beavers, to me, the beavers is the most potent reason to cancel this election results. The beavers, because you told us that you will transmit the thing live. You told us that if there is a dispute between manual, hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
If there is a dispute between manual and electronic transmission or result, the electronic one will be accepted because those electronic ones that will be uploaded to IREF will have been witnessed live by the voters, by the party agents and everything.
Okay.
And by camera. But the people who contrived the results we are looking at now made sure that it didn't happen. So once they made sure it didn't happen, the evidence is gone, like subsidy, gone. So the only thing that the judges can stand on is to say, since the evidences were gone and they were not gone by any reasonable reason, because they say it's a what do you call it? Blip, or what do you call it?
Glitch.
A glitch.
Glitch.
I am a computer scientist. There is no glitch that can affect a working computer running a program which approves one part of the program.
Okay.
That is, the senatorial result went through, the rep went through, but the presidential does not go through.
Okay.
It cannot happen. You can't program a computer to behave like that. And if you program a computer to behave like that, somebody must input something to make it behave like that. And Amazon, that supplied the program and electronics, also said it is not possible. So the judges can stand on that one if they want to. And as for the chairman of INEC being sacked, yes, he should be sacked because he shouldn't have submitted what I'm saying now. He should have been the one to say it within 24 hours of that election on the 25th of February. But even the glitch excuse was not given until 48 hours after the election. So as far as I'm concerned, they should rerun the election and sack INEC, sack the INEC chairman, and reconstitute the body called INEC, such that all the parties have input in it and they are able to counteract one another in the system that they're going to establish. And if they do a rerun, there must not be permitted this question of glitch. If there is a glitch in any place, then they have to do the election again. Almost immediately. Like if there is a riot or somebody came to carry ballot box, there are some places where they did the election. That's all. They must do it until the electronic collation reigns supreme and everybody agrees to it. If they declare Tinubu as winner, many people are not going to be happy. But I will enjoy, I will say to everybody, just take it like that and let us scrutinize the government until another 4 years. And we all get prepared. I don't think Labour and the PDP prepared well enough to prevent any jagabanism that took place.
Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I told you he contested. He is Yinka Ibiduni. He contested for what's that again? Ogun. Is
senatorial
it Ogun?
Seat of Ogun. Senatorial seat of Ogun Central.
Oh, okay, yeah, Ogun Central. Senatorial seat for about 3 consecutive times. He is Yinka Ibiduni.
Against Ibikunle Amosun, against Iyabo Obasanjo, and against Abiola's daughter, what's his Edewo.
Okay.
Before they dabaru everything and APC got the better of them. In fact, I went ahead to campaign for the APC guy, saying that PDP was not serious, and I asked the people to vote for the APC guy, and he won.
Okay, it is Yinka Ibiduni, but then I want to, before I get to allow people to also have their own say on these, ASP is Advertising Standard Panel. Now, the federal government has dissolved the Advertising Standard Panel for approving the trending all eyes on the judiciary billboards. For approving that all eyes on the judiciary billboards. I mean, is the in thing right now? Is what is on
I think they are right. I think they shouldn't allow anybody to do such a thing. You don't intimidate the judiciary under any disguise.
You consider that as intimidating the judiciary?
It is intimidation. They put it all over the place, around the place where the tribunal is happening, all over the country. And so, what are they doing? Just leave. You like we are discussing. Papers can discuss the facts of the case. They can debate it and so on. But you don't make a judgment, or you don't say, all eyes are on you. You must behave. Even if you are doing an exam and somebody is standing on your head, you may write rubbish. You get nervous and you may write rubbish. You don't intimidate judges.
But then, don't you think it's not like intimidation, though? What I'm trying to ask is, don't you think it has gotten to that extent where people need to hold, these guys, hold them seriously?
They know. If you go for an exam, don't you know that you have to pass? Your father will tell you, look, I spent all my money. I can't afford you to repeat it. But he will say it in a way that once you get the message, he won't chase you to the exam hall and hold a stick and say you must pass. He wants you to fail in the end. You
Okay.
don't intimidate judges. You make your case. You tell your lawyer, this is what I want you to do. You tell your witnesses, this is what I want you to do. You can even sit in court and hear what's going on. And if something is said that you think is completely rubbish, if you are in court, you know that anybody in court can raise up their hand and raise an objection. Do you know that by law? You don't need to be destructive. You just raise up your hand, and the judge will say, "Why are you raising up your hand?" And you say it. You don't intimidate judges. You don't disrupt court proceedings.
Mr. Yinka, this
Yes.
is not. Some Nigerians don't feel you are trying to intimidate or interrupt, court proceedings or whatever. They just feel that this is a country where politicians allegedly, bribe
elections.
Aside rigging election, bribe these guys, the judiciary. I mean, the people feel.
You too, you drive them. Everybody drives anybody. You drive them, but you drive softly. You drive in such a way that you won't be the cause of the accident. Everybody drives.
I've listened to lawyers tell me the profession is becoming something else. That lawyers, judges, what they do now is, allegedly taking bribe, especially during.
Because they cause it. A lawyer should look. Me, I've been to court before, and I'm the complainant, but this is the police that took the case to court. So when the police was going to say the complaint, they said it in such a way that the defendant's lawyer will have wiggled around and got away. I raised up my hand, like I told you just now. And the judge said, "Mister, why are you raising up your hand?" And I said, "I am the complainant. What the police brought is not correct. This is what. And the prosecutor, who is supposed to be stating my case, had to admit, because I was there, to tell him that, look, I don't know whether you have been bribed or whatever, but what you said was my complaint. It's not my complaint. Look, the judges must be presented with facts, and they act upon that fact. Your lawyer must present those things that you have told him to present, except what you have told him to present is against the law. Then he will advise you before going to court. And that what you asked me to do is not according to law. Those lawyers, they are just saying their own thing. In England, you argue your case upon facts. But here, they'll say, you are not a lawyer. You are knowledge people. Learned. They are learned because they are supposed to know the law. What is right, what is wrong. But if you, as an individual, see that he is using his gown to misrepresent you, you must tell him. In Lagos, some years ago, even that in Ikeja, a lawyer was misrepresenting me. And I stood up. I was already blind. I stood up. I guided myself. And I pulled his gown. And the judge said, what are you doing? And I said, this man is not saying what he's supposed to be saying. And the chairman of Ikeja branch, I've forgotten his name now, happened to be in court on that day. And he stood up and he said, "My lord, a friend of the court, I know Mr. Yinka Ibidunmi very well. So. And the judgment was made in my favor." I mean, I'm a crazy guy anyway. I'm not saying everybody should behave like that. And what I normally do is, if I know I don't want to fight something all the way, I just withdraw. That's why I call myself a retired politician now. I am a retired politician because I can't be fighting all my life. I'm 69 years old. I did my 69th birthday last Saturday. So I'm ready to retire, and all I can do is to say what I'm saying to you now. Guard your loins. Stand up for what is right. And acknowledge what is right. Don't just condemn something because your enemy is doing it. If it's right, acknowledge it. I mean, I wouldn't approve even if Obi has been declared the winner or Atiku has been declared winner. I wouldn't approve him still continuing with the subsidy or still doing the two-tier exchange rate. I wouldn't.
Okay.
Because it was a fraud. The last government and all the previous governments before him were defrauding us just for their own convenience, and led us to the point where we are now, where we are at right now. But what the present government ought to do is to begin to reflect that tightening of our loins in the affairs of the government. Reduce all these bogus allowances, reduce unnecessary expenditure, bulletproof cars. And so if you want to buy bulletproof car, go and buy it with your salary. Don't buy it with government. If you want to, you can spend your money the way you like, but don't make government from its mega revenue sustain your ostentatious lifestyle. And so that one I'm still waiting for this government to do. So I think we need to face, and then all those people in Lagos that are crying that they are suffering. They should go back to their village and do some farming or something and make the countryside a bit more economically viable. Rather, and the government should do the roads. The government should do all the potholes and so on.
Thank you. Now, before I let you go and get to open up the studio lines, 80 days into this administration, yes, President Bola Tinubu is yet to actually, constitute a cabinet, that will actualize his, renewed hope agenda and, of course, deal with many of the social and economic challenges bedeviling or facing the country, despite the Senate's fast-tracked screening of his 48-man ministerial nominees that was conducted last week, Monday. How would you react to this before I let you go?
It's very difficult for him, but he said we shouldn't pity him. Those people that he has nominated, some of them are not going to be easy to control, like it was not easy for Buhari to control his ministers. But I think this president, if he continues to be president, that is given the tribunal and all that, he's not going to take any nonsense from anybody. And I think that is what is drumming at them right now.
You remember when you say he's not going to take nonsense from anybody, I remember that was what we said about President Muhammadu Buhari, that he's a no-nonsense man.
Muhammadu Buhari was deceiving us. We were saying it. I didn't even say it. If you listen to my comments, which I was making on Star FM and so on at that time, I wasn't saying it. I said, Buhari, it was Ijeoma that was carrying out all the things that were attributed to Buhari. I never voted for Buhari. I never vouched for Buhari. Bola Tinubu is a tactical player, and he wants to score goal, his own goal. You cannot come and be scoring your own goal at his own expense. He will not agree. I can bet my life on that. Bola Tinubu will never agree to anybody scoring his own goal at his own expense. You must do what he wants done.
So it means
I think that's
It means Nigerians may wait longer for Tinubu's cabinet for these people to actually. Yeah.
I don't think they are going to wait much longer. To be sincere with you, I think the tribunal should declare what they want to declare, and then he will do whatever he wants to do with the cabinet. The cabinet also, the size and the people there are also a type of preparation for a rerun, if I may tell you that.
The former,
you understand that?
Yes, very, very well. Very well. I just want to, just want to
no, feel free. I'm okay.
I actually want to get to open up the studio lines because a whole lot of calls have been coming in. But then El-Rufai is I want to touch on El-Rufai quickly. I want us to touch on El-Rufai before you go. The former national vice chairman, Northwest of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC, Salihu Lukman, said that there is no reason why the former governor, El-Rufai of Kaduna State, should not be declared to be Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. No reason why. You know, he has every right. He has in fact, he is qualified, more than qualified to be a minister, and that there is no reason why he shouldn't come in. What would you have to say about this? What do you have to say quickly?
Well, me as a person, I'm only hearing some things about El-Rufai. I don't personally, I wouldn't even put him in the nomination list because of all the insecurity that was happening in Kaduna State, the Southern Kaduna saga, and so on, and some of the things he was saying against Goodluck Jonathan, all the wild claims, and even Buhari, he supported him for some time. When he wanted to go behind Tinubu, he started stabbing him anyhow. Well, it's up to Tinubu, but nobody can force the Senate to do what they want to do. They are free to do whatever they want to do, whether it pleases anybody, me or anybody, doesn't matter.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Yinka Ibiduni, for talking to us this beautiful afternoon. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. You are welcome. Yeah. And thank you, Nigeria. Sorry if I've annoyed any of you, but I always say my mind. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do have a beautiful day today.
You too, Jude.
My name is Jude, Ikami Jude, and this is Matters on VOP FM. Let's get straight to the studio lines now and get your opinions, okay? Your observations, your query, your comment, and all of that, okay? But hey, all I ask you to do for me is just make it civil. Yeah, just say it in a very civil manner and be as brief as possible so we can take as many calls as possible, okay? That's all I want you to do for me. Now, we're streaming live. In case you're not, you can several comments already. Go to YouTube and check all the comments. Hey, you guys will take it easy. You guys will take it easy. Seriously. Okay, but then you can just go there and drop a very, very beautiful comment there for me so we can all read it out. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Okay. That is YouTube, VOP 90.3 FM anyway. VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube. And then our WhatsApp number is open 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. Let's get straight up to the phone lines now and talk to you. If you must call me, endeavor to move away from your radio set or just tone down the volume so we can hear each other. Okay, move away or just turn it down. Thank you so very much. Let's start from here.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
This is Joseph from here.
Welcome, Joseph.
Yes.
You can move away from your radio set. Just move away from your radio set. I said it earlier.
Yes, I've done that.
No. You've not done that. Please do that and call me back. Is either you move away from your radio set or you turn down the volume completely. What I want is your phone, not that radio set. Okay? Thank you so very much. The number is still 0700 903 903 903. Now, I would also be reading your messages, all right, as I take your calls back to back like that, okay? To make it beautiful. Yeah. Good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, we lost the call. We lost the call. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Like I said, we'll just see how we can. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello,
good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Onyekatu. I'm calling from Surulere.
All right. Talk to us. Let's go.
I want to contribute for your guest was talking about the election court. And nobody know what I want to say there is that nobody know what is going to happen except God. And I cannot say this, you cannot say this, and you said cannot say this. But all I know is that if you come out among the three candidates, if you come out, a person who actually won the election. That is my own opinion. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for that for your opinion. Yeah, 0700 903 903 903. Good afternoon to you. Hi, good afternoon.
From Yaba.
All right.
Okay, can I go?
Please go ahead.
Okay. I think the press and the lawyer, whatever, the judges has to come to a point of helping Nigeria. You know, because the impression that the press is giving out is just, for me, is out of this world. And I wish the press would do the same thing and go to party and do the same thing for those being held behind bars for no reason. For example, the press kept giving us the impression as if the only challenge took place in Lagos, as if nothing is happening in another place. And the press kept giving this presentation as if it was only people who are getting wrong, without facts and figures. How do I mean? This is simple. This is the first time in this country that we have 3 people from 3 different regions contesting an election. So it's abysmal when people say how will you get it? When somebody from Southeast has a voice in Southeast, you just go to Southeast and destroy that person's vote. When somebody is from North that has a base as a contestant, probably before my father married my mother, as a contestant, that has a base in the North, and you expect that same person to go to the North and screw down the vote? Or do you expect a deal or Atiku to come to the Southwest also to pack the entire vote? So obviously the vote will definitely be shared among the 3 of them. That is just the simple fact. There's no way one of them will get this market that we're looking at.
All right.
So the press is not this 80%. You are saying, I want to quote you now, you said 80% might not be my hand. What gives you the answer that 80% is in support of the Saudi or what? How? What is the basis? What is the fact that the figures have on the table to say the Nigerians will not agree to the result? And that's why I kept saying it's only the judges and the lawyer, the media will actually do the right thing. And let's be clear the way should clear. Not that we speak to our mouth. I don't know if you understand that's my own opinion, and that's what I've deduced from other parts as well. When you say 80% of Nigeria will not agree, what is the statistics that gives this?
Who said 80% of Nigeria will not agree?
You were asking that man that spoke now. When you were asking me, you said, what about if the result come out and 80% of Nigeria did not agree to the result? What will happen? You asking part of the question you asked. You can listen to your voice note again. Okay. So if you are saying that, on what statistics do you have? What is that have you done for you to say that 80% will not agree to the result?
It's a question. My brother, it's a question.
No. That's what I'm saying. When you have such a question, you are sending the signal to other people to think, okay, really, that is what you are saying. Okay, technically, that means 2% has 80% good. That's what you are saying. It should have been one liberal question and open question, kind of. For example, in Anambra State.
We have to take more calls, please. Please. Sorry, we have to take more calls. I beg you.
Talking about that.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. But we need to take more calls. All right? Thank you. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ekan Judy. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
You have to defend your work. You are doing a great job. All of you are doing a great job. But the only thing is that when you call your analysis as a guest, some questions people ask. My name is Emeka from Sulere. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah. So some of your guests, when you call them, give some analysis concerning the 25th of the election, February 2023. There will be problem with dancing and dancing. Like what you said, if you ask me a question, supposing you call Obi, Atiku, blah, 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 you say it can be so. That's what this platform was like, trying to tell actually, why must we analyze something like that? It's not supposed to be. This Wala we are taking today, everybody knows the truth. And the truth is in our hands. Take it from him.
Hello? We're having serious issues with your network. Maybe you have to leave where you are and then call back if you can. Yeah. We're having issues with your network. Okay? Please just call back if you can. Thank you very much. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. You can also do that on, send your message via WhatsApp. Is open. Thank you. Good afternoon. Hello? Oh, sorry about that. Please do call back. Well, Comrade Peterson is lending his voice to the billboard issue, and he said that the billboard that was brought down, he said Nigeria should rise up against dictatorship way of government. Freedom of speech is one's fundamental right. Is one one's fundamental right. What are you trying to say? All eyes on judiciary is a fact, whether brought down or not. The message has been passed, and it is already in the mind of Nigerians. Okay, no matter how you play it, the truth must be upheld. The truth must be told. The truth must be upheld. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you so very much. Let's do more calls now. Good afternoon to you. Hello. All right, let's see if we can touch on more messages now. He said, hi, good afternoon. I'm Ben from Oworu. All I have to say is that the judiciary needs to do the needful, because all hope is on them, and to prove to Nigerians that we can still count on them. Okay. Let's go this way. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm Mr. Tony calling from Ogota.
Okay.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say you don't have to listen to people to divert your attention. You went to school for that. You do your job. Nobody will control you. You have right to ask questions. As simple as that. Then to the topic. Your guest said the signboard they put all eyes on the judiciary is a threat. Then if it is a threat, what about the one Tinubu's lawyer said in the court, that if they did not declare winner, that there will be chaos and anarchy? What is that one? I hope he was in the studio to answer that question.
That's okay.
That's what I want to
Thank
say.
you. Thank you so very much.
All
Okay.
right.
0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. Several questions begging for possible answers this beautiful afternoon on matters on VOP 90.3 FM. My name is Jude Ikami Jude. Don't worry. Let's see if we can take more calls right now and also read some of your messages. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you.
Yes. Yeah, I greet you.
What's your name?
Joseph from here.
Okay, Joseph.
Yes.
Let's go.
I have two questions for your girls, please. Are you with me?
Please go ahead. Just go ahead.
Okay. You ask your girls question about 25% in Abuja. You cannot explain it. That is one. And you ask your girls again. What if Obi will say, is a lawyer that will decide whether Obi number 4? I've never been number 1 in this country before as a governor. It's normal. If Obi win this election, let them give it to him. It's very clear in this election. So there's nothing judge. Evidence is too to dance around the evidence. Say evidence is too much. The lawyer cannot. I don't know what to say.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. I think I understand what you're trying to say, but then see, let's move on. Let's just move on. Thank you so much. Anyway, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Judah.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
I want to observe some comments that say number 3 cannot be number 1. You see, by the time the new results have been completed, because all the results they were bringing from left and right and center, they are doing new compilation. At the end of the compilation, there have to be deductions from, they may reduce from somebody's score to add to another person's own score. And at the end of it, what they would tender will be the new computation. So the issue of somebody who is number 3 to come to number 1, they should not arise. So the time the judgment will come out, they will come up with new computations, and the issue of number 1 or number 2 shouldn't arise. That is my observation. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Ijeoma.
All right. Thank you so very much for dropping that. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can read some messages here, but you know, these YouTube messages, these my YouTube brothers and sisters. Hey, it's always a war zone, I tell you. It's always so. What I'll do is that I'll just see the one that I can read, the readable ones, so that I will not come and say, you know, what Oga the top did not say or something. Sorry, just teasing. Okay, but let's take calls first. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I can hear you. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Beckons. I'm calling from Apapa.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please. We can hear you.
Okay. Your guest says that those that in Lagos they should do their tax payment. What of him? What of about him and his family members? Where are they? Are they in the farm? Or are they in Lagos? Or all of them are in security? Advise not to go to play and tax payment. That's the question I want to ask you.
All right, thank you. Thank you so very much. Now, oil marketers, you know, yesterday advised President Bola Tinubu to gradually relax the removal of subsidy following the inability of importers to access the United States dollar, and of course the impact which is this was having on businesses. However, marketers of petroleum products encouraged the president to learn from Kenya, stressing that the African country, Kenya, had to return subsidy on petrol to curb the devastating impact which its removal had on Kenyans. Just you should know that, okay? And don't also forget that the federal government will tomorrow arraign the suspended Central Bank of Nigerian Governor Godwin Emefiele and his associates for 6.9 billion naira procurement fraud at the Federal Capital Territory High Court in Maitama in Abuja. Emefiele will be arraigned alongside a female CBN employee, Sada Tuyaro, and her company, April 1616 Investment Limited, on 20 charges of procurement fraud, conspiracy, and conferring corrupt advantages on his advantages. All right? Yeah. Those hoping for a walk back on petrol subsidy withdrawal should forget it, the presidency said yesterday. Is that petrol price will not go up. They added, but explained that subsidy withdrawal will not be reversed. There is no increase in prices at this time. So you just go and put yourself together, okay? No increase according to government. But I think I got an analyst yesterday who said, no. We have already said that all of these things is determined by market forces. So how come the government is now saying no increase in the pump price whatsoever? When we have the dollar going back and forth, up and down and everything. So are they going to subsidize if government is saying that there's no increase in pump price? It means, is there going to be a kind of a subsidy? It's a big question, man. I mean, we have to really understand, some of these things. President Tinubu said that the federal government will take measures to maintain the current pump price of petrol in the country without reversal of its policy on subsidy removal. I just want it to be very, very clear to all of us. He also said that the threat by the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, to shut down the economy over rumored plan to further increase fuel price was so very premature, stressing that it was incumbent on all stakeholders to maintain their peace. Yes, he assured that there will be no further increase in the price of petrol in any part of the country. Well, we are waiting. I don't know how much you buy fuel in your area, but I think last time I bought fuel in Lagos, which is this morning, I bought it 580 naira per liter. Is it 580 or 680? Okay. Now, as regards Niger, let me touch on Niger quickly. Military chiefs from, the West African bloc, ECOWAS, will meet in Ghana this week to discuss possible intervention in Niger. Military and, of course, political sources in, Ghana actually told us possible, intervention. Well, we just hope it's not going to be war. Actually, all of these will not lead to war. Then let me take you to Edo State as to what is happening right now. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has said the Emilokan slogan will not work during the current electioneering period in the state. Well, the word Emilokan, according to him, was used, was used by Bola Tinubu, right? But Obaseki, however, said Edo people will not accept Emilokan as a strategy in government, as they are not known for that. For us, according to him, it is the people that will decide. That was what he said recently. And as regards that billboard thing, Atiku, is really has attacked Tinubu, for allowing an agency to just go like that because of a billboard. Now, let me break it down. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has slammed President Tinubu over the destruction of billboards in strategic locations in FCT, drawing public attention to the judiciary as Nigerians await the verdict of the Presidential Election Petitions Court. The federal government had disbanded the Secretariat of the Advertising Standard Panel due to its endorsement of billboards accused of attempting to manipulate the verdict of the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal with the slogan, "All eyes on the judiciary." Let's put that aside a little and see how many calls we can take before we wrap up this afternoon. But then there are also some messages coming in. This person is saying, your guest wants those complaining of hardship in Lagos to go to their village for farming, but he fails to talk on the insecurity ravaging the farmlands by herders. I wish he's still around. I wish he's still around so we can talk on that, okay? But then it's okay. It's okay. This message is a kind of lengthy. Can I touch on it? Okay. Let me see. Dr. Alafia, right? Or Alaifa. He said, I really appreciate your guest's sincere contribution. A technical political person like Tinubu deserved number one as perfect of a class. He is much brilliant student politics as of now. One, subsidy is something under Nigeria must stand firm to maintain that for good. Two, Nigerian president election is 100% belong to us in 50 between Western. Let's put that aside now. My time is fast spent. Check your time is 2:51. So what I would do is I'll take the first three calls that comes in. I'll just close my eyes and tap on it. First three. Okay, this is number one. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, good day.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, I'm never had a call.
All right, quickly, please.
Yeah, my brother. I guess he try, but he does some questions. You see, people are complaining. Your family. Yeah, but that one is his work, bro. Your family. We're not expecting to say much. What is there is this. The truth is there that all Nigerians with past experience, that's why I see a lot of people complaining, using this statement you see, all eyes on judiciary. But like they have been doing good before, nobody will be saying that. That's number one. Number two, the government, from the first day they enter the office up to today, my brother, tell me one policy that is have favored the masses. All their policy is just like something where is coming from. And sometimes I sit down and ask myself a question. Who are these guys, managing this man, call our president? And if I watch around the man, I see they are all young guys like you that are sitting down on that studio. And they are bringing this policy into us, coupled with what you passed 8 years ago. I bet about three youths. One is an Hausa guy, one is Igbo, one is Yoruba. And they are talking about the state of the economy of the nation. And I try to intervene among them. They are telling me, J3 are telling me, like the Tinubu enter inside this post against the power. He enter there, he take about 5 advisors instead of 20. As we take about for something of 50, you can tell them to 20. All the offices will not able to give us any benefit in this country. He will close all. All of them will say they will support him to the end of the world, but they say it's just enlarging everything, every place, they're telling the citizens to curtail.
All right.
You will curtail life till the day where everybody will talk, come out for the street, say, you will see curtail again.
Thank you.
Time, I don't know how we take out them. May God bless you, my brother.
Bless you too. Now, let's touch on your messages on YouTube now. Ola Adewale, let me start from you. He said, what is wrong with a billboard caption? And he went ahead to say, corrupt system filled with horrible people. And let me see. Okay, he also said, how do you stop corruption when the looters are still in operation? That's what he said. Yobosa Festus, he said today is the last day for the presidential judgment. Really, are you sure? Well, We'll find out. We'll find out. Okay. Let's see if we can read more now. 25% in Abuja. Yobo Festus also mentioned that Beavers. I think I also mentioned that. I asked him the question. Okay. He said, let them bring out Beavers report and tell the winner. He said, but when the Beavers, Tracy Jacobin says, but with the Beavers, how can we know who was voted for? Big one, right? Big question. How did Adeleke appeal brought out a winner? Okay. Let me see if I can take some few more before I wrap up this afternoon. Iyobo Safesa said there is no case here. Obi won 95%, Atiku won 70%, Tinubu won 45%. Says who? The court? You have to wait. Well, let's see. Okay, talking about the banners, someone is asking this. He said, who made the banners? Autocratic government. Okay. Tracy Jacobin said, we need to intimidate them with all their last judgments. For example, okay. Without evidence, how could Tinubu be declared a winner? Your analysis is wrong. The original result, which shows that, this is from King Salem. He said, your analysis is wrong. The original result, which shows that Obi was the winner, was equally submitted. INEC disputed it but refused to present the one they have. It behoves on INEC to use Obi's result. Is that what you're trying to say? Okay. Thank you so very much for dropping that by. Let's see if we can touch on just few before we run this afternoon. There is no phrase like retired politician. Okay, you say invest in security. Tracy said invest in security. The country, invest in securing the country rather, and stop buying bulletproof cars. That's what he said. She said. Okay, good day, VOP. What I know is all eyes must be on the judiciary because most of what we are facing today in Nigeria is from the judiciary. For example, Hope Uzodinma of Imo State. Okay, you're dragging another person into this again. Messi Momo says, who is saying Tinubu is... Okay, I'll skip that. Sorry. Well, my YouTube people, I think. Well, you can go there and read all of your messages by yourself. Okay, but those are the ones I can take right now. Yes, those are the messages I can take just right there. Well, some more information coming in right now, but then take your time. I really have to go now. But you know what? I'll be here tomorrow with a former commissioner of police. Tomorrow from 1 p.m. I'll be here up until 3 p.m. It's going to be robust and huge tomorrow. My name is Jude. Jude. I often say to you, hey, there is a WhatsApp portal where you could belong to. We join, and it's for this particular show. All right, Matters on VOP FM. It's a WhatsApp group where we talk a whole lot. All right, we refer to that group sometimes. The number to if you want to join, just send a message. Add me to 070-121-46454. 070-121-46454. 070-121-46454. Just say add me to that number and you'll be added. It's VOP Matters on VOP FM. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. It's time to go. Do follow me on social media. Ikami Jude is my handle. IKAMIJUDEH. One word. I also follow VOP across all socials. That is at VOP 90.3 FM. Thank you so very much. My job here is done today. Thank you so much and good afternoon to you.